Cardi B is out here defending Tyler like she's some kind of savior, but let's be real. This is the same woman who's been disrespecting Black people for years and getting away with it. The industry built her up, pushed her to the top, and now she thinks she can talk down to us while hiding behind fame, surgeries, and drama. But the truth is catching up fast. Black Americans are standing their ground this time, and we're not waiting another 10 years to call it out. So let's talk about the chaos, the lies, and why this situation with Tyler feels all too familiar.
Hollywood still has a chokehold on so many of y'all. Because the way you ride for Cardi after seeing her be abusive towards sis, I think her name is Samira or something, I'm not sure, but the point is she has a pattern. She has established a pattern of being disrespectful, violent, and abusive towards Black women. And Black women, y'all still ride for her. That's wild. Because I'm going to tell you, for me, I don't care how much of a favorite somebody is for me. The moment you tell me that you hate me, guess what? I hate you too. I hate you too. I'm good. I'm not going to make you rich. Are you kidding me? I'm over here struggling. And you're going to be a millionaire? You got me.
How many Black women does Cardi B have to beef with for y'all to realize that she don't like Black women? And just maybe it's not a don't like situation, but maybe it's a think she better than situation.
It's the same exact thing happening with Tyler. People act like they're above Black folks, and that's exactly why Cardi is linking up with her. That's the reason she keeps stepping in to defend Tyler, pretending she's clueless, acting like she doesn't understand why Black Americans are upset with Tyler. Like I said before, if you really don't know the story, then why step into something that doesn't concern you? It's this attitude of being superior that both of them carry. The only difference is, Tyler is just starting to get checked now, while Cardi's been allowed to slide for over 10 years. She's been constantly defended, pushed to the top as one of the biggest female rappers, even though she doesn't have the raw skill to match the fame and money she's been handed. The industry built her up from the ground, the same way they're trying to build up Tyler. But if I'm being real, a big reason people kept supporting Cardi all these years isn't because of her music, but because deep down, some folks hate Black men more than they love themselves. And maybe one day I'll explain that even further. But in short, y'all connected with this sewer rat because of your dislike for Black men, especially with all the cheating scandals that came out. Instead of holding her accountable, you stood by her side just because she's a woman, while ignoring the years she spent disrespecting Black women and, in my opinion, Black people as a whole. Honestly, she should have never been allowed to get this far. But it's that misandry mixed with a lot of groupthink that's kept so many of you in a chokehold, backing this anti-Black woman no matter what she does. And let's not forget, plenty of you only stood behind her because you didn't like another female rapper she was beefing with at the time. And it wasn't just one. She's had issues with more than one. That's the angle people always bring up. What never really gets talked about, though, is this deeper reason why so many of you keep giving passes to this disrespectful woman. And that's misandry. Your hatred for Black men is stronger than the love and respect you should have for yourselves. Because if you truly respected yourself, you would have stopped letting this bodega thought bucket play in your face year after year.
I'll wait. Because I know y'all going to get in the comments. But she's Afro-Latino. But she's Afro-Latino. I'm going to wait for all the Black women to come to her defense. Like they on payroll. Just because she's a celebrity. But all this lady do is throw rocks and hide her hands. And play the victim role. We tired, boss. Like, we tired. Drop that fucking music that you've been waking us way damn near till Christmas for and go about your day. That's it.
This is why I say people with tough exteriors constantly end up being the most softest people in the room, because Cardi B is just annoying. I don't feel bad for her at all. She causes, my friend said it really well, the hell that Offset brings her is just the same hell that she gives out to everybody else, that she dishes out.
And the chaos coming from Offset is really no different from the chaos she's been stirring up on her own. This woman is a witch. She's evil. She is not a good person. She knows she's not a good person. That's why she never truly believed she deserved the success she's been given. Because deep down, not only did she lack talent, but she also knew she was just a terrible person at her core. And she said it herself countless times. She talks so much that she's basically admitted it over and over. That dark energy has followed her since back when she bragged about drugging men. But yet again, it's that same misandry that made people look past everything wrong with her. Year after year, y'all kept ignoring it, acting like all of her bad behavior was nothing.
All she do is complain on the internet all day. All she do is whine about fans and trolls and all this other shit when she brings all this shit to herself. If you stay off the internet talking, maybe you wouldn't deal with so much backlash. But that's because the internet has created a bunch of people, or made it a space to where everybody can be a celebrity. And with that, a lot of people over the times have became celebrities when they shouldn't have been that in the first place. Fame should definitely be really earned, and fame should only be for the people who are built for it. Like, when you are famous, I hate when people say, I'm not your child's role model, I'm not that, I do this, I rap about that. But being fame or famous, or if you want to do the new term of fame, which is being an influencer, the word itself is exactly what you're doing. You're influencing other people. Some may take it as younger people. They always categorize it that way because they're supposedly have a weaker mindset because they're young and they're a sponge and they're developing and they're learning. But also, it's a lot of older people out here walking lost and misguided, which is why we have this whole era of girls taking the easy way out as to selling their bodies for money, not thinking about just upping their education, not thinking about finding a different hustle other than what they see. Why a lot of girls out here are doing so much surgery because they really don't have confidence. So there's no way anybody who has surgically changed themselves from their facial features to just the body features, just everything is different about them, can sit up there and act like they're the most confident in the room, or they're this bad, if you want to use that term. I don't call myself that, but whatever. If you're that, why do you need to edit yourself so much to be that or to feel like you are?
And honestly, that's my biggest issue with Cardi in all this mess. She went and called her own fans fat just because she dropped some merch and 3 eggs sold out almost instantly. Then, instead of leaving it there, she jumped into a nasty, disrespectful argument with an overweight black woman who felt offended. Like, first of all, she tried making the same people who put money in her pocket into the punchline. And again, I'll say it, shame on these fans too. They keep throwing cash at this anti-black woman instead of investing that money into themselves, their health, and their own future. Second of all, Cardi's the last person who should be talking about anyone's body. She's plastic and fillers, from head to toe. Every single time she's had another baby, the moment the cord gets cut, she's rushing to the plastic surgeon's table. Her teeth, her face, her body, it's all been touched. She's had injections, mystery substances pumped into her butt, and surgeries stacked on top of surgeries. At this point, it looks less like self-care and more like a dangerous obsession she just can't stop feeding. But to be that miserable and go through that many surgeries, it shows there's a serious problem inside. And someone dealing with all that has no right to be talking down on anyone else. Let's be real. The internet is what made Bodak Yellow blow up, the same way TikTok gave Tyler her moment. Y'all sit on these apps and push these people to fame overnight, and suddenly they act like they deserve the same kind of respect and recognition as legends like Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, or Patti LaBelle. You're the ones inflating their egos, and that's exactly why they feel untouchable. But no, hold them responsible, because at the end of the day, they're not bringing anything positive to the table. Cardi hasn't inspired anything good. All she's pushed is trashy behavior. She's encouraged people to fight with their baby daddies, to throw hands with other women, to act wild in public. She's influenced people to be messy, disrespectful, and careless. She's pushed the image of being a streetwalker, a poll worker, and everything destructive. At the end of the day, her influence has been nothing but negativity, chaos, and sin.
Cardi sitting here defending Tyler on the Breakfast Club, talking about, I just don't think people like celebrities and they're just da-da-da-da-da. Well, the thing is, first off, everybody's not supposed to like everybody, and everybody wasn't supposed to be a celebrity, babe. That's the problem. We now have a bunch of unlikable people, people who aren't hardworking, people who aren't really influencing the right things as people on the top, and that's including you. Like, let's applaud the fact that you came from nothing. That's cool. But there's a lot of people that came from nothing that still held their stature in their class. I don't want to hear that being her excuse to why she gets to being so ghetto and so rude and so ratchet.
And see, Cardi never carried herself with class because she never had any to begin with. I felt that way a long time ago, back when she was obsessed with showing off her Birkin bags. I don't care if someone has an 8-figure purse collection. This woman probably owns at least $10 million worth of Birkins. But the truth is, when she lines them all up on the wall behind her, she still looks so trashy and unkept that she makes a $10 million collection look more like $10. And honestly, I'm being generous even saying 10, because I know those high-end fashion houses probably think she dragged the brand down so much that her entire collection holds no value at all. They'd probably give it a negative price tag, just because of how she carries herself. So no, Cardi didn't fall from being classy. This so-called bodega thought bucket never had an ounce of class in the first place.
Cicely Tyson, God rest her soul, came from nothing. Oprah came from nothing. And I know Oprah, we ain't with the culture. She half and half sometimes. But she's just a description of women who came from nothing and became something and still held class. Okay? I think because Beyonce is the classiest, it's one of the classiest African-American celebrities that we have in the music industry right now, and people always say, oh, she didn't come from nothing, her mom had a salon, she doesn't count. Okay, take her out. Let's go back further then. Like, that's not an excuse. Cardi B's excuses are long gone. She don't need to be out here making excuses for nobody else at all. The reason Tyler album didn't sell is because she's not a likable person, point blank period. We're in the era where if social media matters and knowing who you are as a person matters so much, the last thing you need to exploit, express, and constantly show is how ungrateful you are, how unappreciative you are. Being disrespectful to the culture, you're literally doing a blueprint of. Like, you're literally following African-American blueprint. And to sit there and try to be rude in other places when you're an international artist just doesn't make sense. Okay, so that's why her album failed. Cardi, it's nothing about being a likable celebrity, or people not liking you. It's not that. For you, as far as her that's her excuse. It's not the not liking a celebrity as the title. It's the person behind the title. That's what it is. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed.
I have to say, when it comes to this whole Tyler situation, I'm glad to see Black Americans standing firm right from the start, instead of waiting 10 years to finally speak up after letting someone come in, collect money, and get comfortable. I still can't wrap my head around how Cardi B, who was also built up by the industry, was given chance after chance to disrespect the culture, and nobody checked her for it until now. And then she has the nerve to act like she's the voice of reason, talking about enough is enough while trying to defend Tyler, as if she's scolding us. Girl, you have completely lost it, but don't worry, I'll help you find it. So let's open up this discussion. I want to hear your thoughts on all this down in the comments. And big shout out to Christopher E. Thank you for always supporting this channel. Same goes for my brother, Dark Power. Thank you for riding with me since day one. Ladies and fellas, if you want balanced, real talk from a woman's perspective, hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to like and share this video.